Time is of the essence, guys. Time is of the essence. Since I must walk the works of him that sent me while it is day. It's okay to lose. It's okay to lose the battle so you can win the war. Tarika, how are you? God bless you. Thank you for chiming in. We have to understand this. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of darkness in high places. Never in my life would I ever think that I would get a scar from me not really understanding that there are some certain things that flesh and blood, we don't have the capacity. For those of you who don't know me, I didn't used to have this scar on my face. This scar came out of my stubbornness. It came out of me not understanding that there is a deeper picture, there's a bigger picture. This scar you're seeing right here, I didn't used to have this. I didn't used to have this. This came from me not understanding that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of darkness in high places. The issue, area, let me even say this, that I'm about to say something that will blow your mind. The devil is after what the assignment, your assignment, what God has assigned you to do, that's what the devil is after. So he will make sure he mess everything around you to make sure that everything around you is working against you. But the setup is for your come up. Please don't forget this. In this phase of your life, your feast is not needed. Your words are not needed. And the Lord shall fight for me, and I will hold my peace. The Lord shall fight for me. I'm currently in a situation right now. And while I'm about to use my you know, the Lord revealed something to me. He said that there are situations when the Bible said, and Jesus uttered not a word. This is the one who said, I have the power to pull down this temple in and build it in 3 days. What makes him all powerful is that he has the capacity to do these things, but yet act like a fool. Let them think whatever they want to think. At the end of the day, listen to me. It's okay for me to lose the battle, but to win the war. There is a war going on, and the war is to mess you up to the point where you can no longer say yes to the assignment. There are some of you here, as I'm speaking to you right now, the way you love, you love people hard, but your heart has been broken so many times. You've been in relationships that you keep asking yourself, how did I get here? What was I thinking? Because the devil was creating a ripple effect to make sure that it messes up with the assignment of God hanging on your life. Because if you don't say yes to that assignment, then the destinies that are attached to your life won't come to the fulfillment of what God has called them to do. It is bigger than you. It is bigger. What you are going through right now is bigger than you. Time is of the essence. Listen and listen to me. It is bigger than you. It is bigger. I myself, I don't just look like it, but I'm currently in a situation right now. I'm currently in a situation right now with someone who is, they're just doing stuff. And God keeps revealing to me, Francis, your feast is not needed. And it's not because I have a huge fist and I'm about to throw blows. No. Me trying to defend myself, it's not needed. It's not needed. Your fist is not needed in this battle. Your fist is not needed. Your obedience is. How I know that you have, Holy Spirit, help me today. How I know that you have let go and let God is when you can say to the enemy, can you, friend, can you hurry up and do what you're about to do? Do it quickly, because I am on a time crunch. Destinies are waiting for me. I am on a time crunch. Jesus Christ called Peter, Satan, get thee behind me. And he called Judas, friend, because it is the Judas in your life that brings about the fulfillment of the assignment. Where's the offering basket? Offering basket. Where is it? Where's the offering basket? Yeah. The setup is for your come up. The setup is for your come up. What the devil is trying to do is to mess you up. There are battles that the Bible said, no, you can't fight this one with your flesh. You can't fight. Just surrender this one to me. Because for them to be vindictive and wicked to do what they are doing, they haven't forgiven themselves. One of the worst things you will ever do is to try to love someone who is not in love with them. You will never be enough for an individual who don't understand what self-love looks like. You can't be the peace of an individual who thinks, see, listen to me, guys. So many people are walking around here with daddy hurts and mommy issues and daddy issues and hurt from the church. They call it church hurt. So many people are walking around here. Please don't be so carried away by the facial structure of people. Yes, they look beautiful. They look handsome. There's a reason why they are single, though. There's a reason why they are single. Sometimes it's not the enemy. Sometimes it's the enemy. I never really understood this. Healing comes with accountability. Most people are running from accountability. It takes two people to sink a ship. And this is the reason why I keep telling people this. It takes two people to sink a ship. It takes two. It takes two. It always takes two. It always takes two people to sink a ship. Somewhere along the line, you contributed to the relationship not working out. We need to start taking accountability. We need to start taking accountability. Somewhere along the line, I messed up. The last situation I was in, the person actually told me, Francis, you are broken and you break everyone around you. I had to take myself to the mirror to go and ask God, what is happening? I need to, let me have this conversation with you. This person is saying I'm broken. And could it be that I'm running, there is this truth about me that I'm running from. And if I don't address it, I will show up in the relationship always acting like I'm the professor. Don't focus on the spouse you are waiting for. Focus on your healing. Okay? We attract who we are. The reason why the relationship was toxic is because you are toxic. We got to be honest with ourselves. Misery loves company. Misery loves company. We got to be honest with ourselves. We attract who we are. So if I want a better version of an individual, then I have to become what I'm trying to attract. Then what I'm trying to attract will be attracted to me. The issue is we don't like being alone. We think it's a curse. We don't like being alone. We think it's a curse. The Bible speaking in the book of Matthew, I want to believe, Matthew chapter 6, maybe 21 or thereabout. It said, if your eyes be single, your whole body will be filled with light. You don't understand this. Everything you are as an individual, being single, that is what you bring to the table. Your singleness is amplified when you get married. Madam, listen and listen to me carefully. The reason why it's difficult for you to be submissive is not because you have a man who don't love God. It's because you struggle being submissive to Jesus. So how can you be submissive to the man in front of you? If you can't say amen, just whisper, ouch. Ouch, Francis. That was heavy. Your reflection, the reflection of your relationship with God is what reflects, is what mirrors down into how you actually talk to men. I need a man of God. No. You can't handle one. We need to start telling ourselves the truth. There is something wrong with me. And if I don't sit down in the secret place and take my eyes off these DMs here and DMs there and see, listen to me, listen. It's beyond looks. It's beyond the gift. I keep telling us this. Don't fall in love with gifts. The gift is for the congregation. The Bible said the gift of a man maketh room for him. The Bible never said the gift became the room. It is the gift that makes room. The gift is the transport system that transports that individual into greatness. Stop making your gift the room. The gift is only a conveyor to take you to rooms. And this is the reason why people, when God is about to reinvent you, when he's about to restructure you to a certain place, you are not flexible because you have formed an identity around your gift. Jesus, help us today. God sent you to a place and you think your voice is needed in that place. No. Your obedience is needed. Your gift is not always needed in every season. Your obedience is. Your obedience. For to obey is better than sacrifice. For to obey is better than sacrifice. Your feast is not needed. Your feast is not needed. Some of you are chiming in for the first time and you're just spectating and trying to figure out what's happening. Listen and listen to me. We're breaking down scriptures here. Your feast is not always needed. For to obey is better than sacrifice. Inside officer, copy. Your feast is not always needed. Beyond looks, beyond six-packs, beyond macho beards, beyond African accent, beyond all these things that we are so enticed with, what else? Beyond the surface level, what else? Beyond the surface level, what else? We get carried away with looks and this and, oh, he prays in tongues, capital tongues. A man that prays, they are very attractive. Oh, I want that man in my life. Oh, God, send me my own. God is not preparing the man for you. He's preparing you for the man. The issue is you think that he's preparing the man for you, which he is. But that's none of your business, though. You're supposed to be asking him to prepare you for that person. Can we stop idolizing the gifts of people? The reason why you show up into the relationship as the professor and not the student is because you think that you are okay. You're still self-centered. As a matter of fact, let me be honest with each and every one of us here. Not like I've not been honest all this while, but let me say something right now. This will actually make us rethink. When you show up in a relationship, pay attention to what that person do. Pay attention to how they treat you in the next 1 month. How they treat you is how they want to be treated. You do the same thing. You actually do the same thing. We unconsciously love people how we want to be loved, and not how they want to be loved. We unconsciously love people. Some of you, help me, Holy Spirit, today. As I'm speaking right now, I just saw this. Some of you, the reason why you are so quick to block people, I can't believe he took 20 minutes not to respond to my text. The guy is busy. The guy is busy. Some of you, you are not supposed to be dating. You have not healed from the person that hurt you. Come on. I can't believe it took 20 minutes. Yeah. Yes, it's a red flag. So it's hashtag red flags everywhere. Come on. Oh, he's drinking water a certain way. That's red flag. Because he's drinking the water a certain way. Can we stop with this shallow thinking? He chewed his mouth a certain way. Is red flag. And so we live in a generation where we just stand and police people's character. You are looking for perfection, but madam, you yourself, you are not even perfect. God never gives us perfect people. He gives us willing people. If ye be willing and obedient, you will eat the good of the land.
Ms. Laura, can you come to the info room, please?
You missed the main one. You missed it. Exactly. If we can submit to God, it's impossible to submit to. It's impossible if there's any English like that. Time is of the essence. Each and every one of us. Let me say this. I used to always say this. I went to a boarding high school in Nigeria. I went to Command Secondary School, Kaduna. Graduated in the set of 2009. 09. Set 09. I graduated high school 09. And I always used to say this. I used to always say this. God searches our motives. Who I am today and who I am becoming is who I am becoming. All right, guys, I will do this. Because I won't lie to you. The comments are throwing me off. So I beg your indulgence. Let's do this. I don't want to turn the comments off, but please, if we can just dial it down. Let's receive this teaching, and then I'll begin to answer questions. Okay, please. Each and every one of us, somehow in our upbringing, we came from a dysfunctional place. There are some people, as I'm speaking to you right now, you have formed an identity around your dysfunction. This is the reason why it's difficult for you to transition into a better version of yourself, because you have created an identity around your trauma. I don't care how much money they give you. I don't care how much money they give you. For those of you who are talking about, I can't wait to have this, I can't wait to have that. I don't care how much money they give you. If you don't have financial literacy, if you don't understand that money is only attracted to people who knows how to spend it, you return back to your former state, if not even worse. of when you were living from one paycheck to another. Money has wings. Some of you looking at me right now, you are not supposed to be in a relationship. You still have traumas. You still have triggers. And so the new person is paying for the hurt that the old person did. Some of you right now, as I'm speaking to you, because of who you are as an individual, you are attracting the caliber of people you attract. As I'm speaking, some of you are still using the dating method of high school. You are 30, you are still using that same method from high school. I can't believe they didn't text me back. I'm blocking them. That's red flag. I can't believe they didn't do this. Red flag. Come on. Ladies, women of God, let me even say this real quick. Women of God, let me be honest with you. The men of God are not looking for competitors. We're not looking for people who compete with us. We're looking for people who complement us. What we do in the world sector when we go out to go work and do all these menial jobs and stuff that we do, we go compete with our fellow men. We don't compete with you. And I had seen, before I turned off the comment, I had seen someone say something about, but my sister who is not God-fearing keeps attracting God-fearing men. Listen and listen to men. Those men are not God-fearing. They are not godly, they are God-fearing. Even demons are God-fearing. The Bible says that the woman that was possessed, she said, Jesus I know, Paul I know, but who are you? Who are thou? I command you in the name of Jesus Christ that Paul preaches. And they devoured, the woman devoured them. She jumped on them and tear their clothes in pieces. What conviction are you running on? In the body of Christ, we need to stop with this comparison. The goal is to look unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith, not to be looking at the motivational speaker, at the pastor, no, the goal is to look unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith. We need to stop with this comparison. That's the reason why we are missing it. We are comparing a worldly relationship with a godly relationship. It makes no absolute sense. For that man that you are dating that wants you to open shop before he's sure that he's going to marry you, that's already a red flag. The issue is you don't pay attention to the main red flags. The things that can be worked on, those are the things that you find fault in. When you date people, you are not just dating people, you are dating their core values. You are dating their philosophy, how they see life, what they think about life, their core values. That's what you are dating. That's who you are in a relationship with, not their looks. All right. I think I've exhausted. I think I've said what I wanted to say in the comment section. So let's go ahead and turn on the comments. Let's go ahead and turn on the comments. All right, now we can start answering questions. I know there are so many questions coming up. The person that said my sister is doing this one, that one, attracting God-fearing, your sister is attracting counterfeits. Your sister is attracting counterfeits. And stop comparing your life, the life of your sister, to your life. How you heal from trauma bonds is to be intentional. Be intentional. Yeah, prayer is one of them. But be intentional. Be intentional. If you need to cut communication, some of you are so sentimental. There are hand braces and necklace and stuff, outfits and stuff that this person has given to you. You are still holding on to them. You're still holding on. You're still holding on. You're still holding on to them. You can break trauma bonds, and How you heal from trauma bond is to remove yourself from the picture. As I'm speaking now, some of you are still going through their social media, trying to check on them. You even ask people because they blocked you from everything. You are asking people, or some of you have created a fake account. You are not blocking their energy. All this energy talk and this, that. No, you're not blocking energy. New age doctrine. You guys, please. I'm not here to teach new age doctrines. You're not blocking energy, the universe, the this, the that. No. Frequency, I come and I read your frequency. No. How to know when you're ready to date again? How you know you're ready to date again is when you can talk about your ex and not be bitter when you're talking about them. How you know you are ready to date is when you can speak about your ex or the father of your child or the mother of your child and not feel this resentment like you're about to choke them. It means that you're ready.
Yes, ma'am.
Chigo Zemle, can you take your eyes off your sister's relationship? Focus on your assignment. Focus on your assignment. What's the comparison between you and your sister? What's going on? Focus on your assignment. Focus on you. We don't have the capacity. Let me say this all over the room so it will help us. God speaks to us differently. You'll be surprised, the brother in the church that is shouting, holding pole and praying, he's still struggling with masturbation. He's still struggling with porn. You'll be surprised. It's not about all these activities that we do. Oh God, that. No, it's not about that. And I'm not against people who pray like that, but God speaks to us differently. One of the mistakes that we do when it comes to relationship is we keep expecting ourselves in people. Stop expecting yourself in people. Listen to me. Yes, you. I'm talking to you. Stop expecting yourself in people. You are a perfectionist, and that's the reason why you think everyone that shows up. And let me even say this real quick, it will help you. The perfectionist syndrome is actually coming from your childhood because you grew up in a home where mommy and daddy says, don't bring disgrace to the family name. So when you mess up, they are thinking about the family name and not actually your feelings or your emotions. Ariel, if it's frozen, I want you to log out and log back in. Okay, log out and log back in. Some of you, as I'm speaking to you right now, you come from a home where it's full of perfectionists. Your mom is a perfectionist or your dad. And so they are not concerned about your emotions or how you feel about a certain decision. They are more concerned about what you bring to the family. It's all about the what will people say? Oh, Francis, you have disgraced us. You went and get a child out of wedlock and you're not married yet. And you know your dad is a pastor and you know so family. They didn't ask me questions like how for you to have not told us about your first son until he was 3 months old. Something must have happened. Emotionally, how are you? It's messed up. It is messed up that in African homes, we don't have the privilege. When parents call you for a meeting, you just feel like you've messed up again. You've brought shame to the family name. It's messed up. It's really messed up. My parents see my videos, and instead of actually accepting what is being said, because it stings so much, they are more concerned about the delivery than the message. We are so concerned. See, by God's grace, I have amazing kids. My kids, and this is not about money, this is not finances. No. My kids will have freedom of speech to be able to express themselves without being shown and being saying, go to your room, you stubborn child. No. No. I speak for people who don't have a voice. That's the assignment God has called me to do, to speak on behalf of people who don't have a voice. How can I have a child and not be bold enough to tell my parents this happened? I had to wait till he was 3 months old, almost getting to 4. That's when I summoned the courage. And when I said it, it didn't really dawn on them that I took this long for a reason. Instead, they were more concerned about the shame that I brought to the family name. It's ridiculous. It bothers me. God have mercy. Let me say this. For those of you that this is resonating in your spirit, you are a generational curse breaker. That's the reason why you can pinpoint all these things. All the patterns happening in your family, the reason why it's so heavy on you and not on your sister or your brother is because you are the generational curse breaker. This is why the devil is doing everything possible to frustrate your life. Because if he can frustrate you, then the family will continue to be in the generational cycle. It's a setup. It's called a ripple effect. It's a ripple effect. It's a ripple effect. If I can mess up with this person, this is the pillar of the house. If I can mess them up in such a way that financially they are not doing good, academically they are just not doing good, if I can mess them up, then they will then subscribe to the opinion of their loved ones about them, and so won't focus on the call of God on their life, which is supposed to bring them out of generational curse. You can't be the deliverer of a generation when you are part of the problem of that generation. At some point in my life, I started building this hatred for my brother, my younger brother. I'm the oldest. I have 2 amazing siblings, a brother and a sister. At some point, I started having this rage for my brother. And I started realizing it was the comparison that unconsciously comes from the mouth of genuine parents. You are the oldest, and how can you just, you're not even setting the example, living your life any kind of way. That's the issue. Because you are comparing. That's the issue. That's the issue. Let me say something to every parent here. It's about to help you. This will deliver you. Let me say, if you have kids, you need to hear this. Never have a favorite child. Let me say this. Never have a favorite child. The one that you think is the favorite is the one that your parenting style is working for. Parents, you need to wake up from your slumber and stop being lazy. Begin to learn parental styles. The one that responds more to you, is the one that your parental styles works, is effective on. That's why they are your favorite, because your parental style works for that one. But the one that you seem not to really, the one that don't listen to you, is because the parental style you are giving to that one, the parental style you're giving to that one is not effective because you need different parental styles. But our parents, they did the best they could do. They did the best they could do. I've seen parents who expect themselves in their kids, and I'm like, but you know, they are just kids, right? They are just kids. Why are you expecting yourself? Why? As a parent, why are you expecting yourself? They are just kids. You broke windshield, and there were things you did while you were small, and they have not even attempted those things. And here you are yelling at them, expecting them to act like you, but you are a full-grown individual. Stop expecting yourself in your kids. This whole perfection. Come on. What helps you when you experience rage? By understanding that your emotions are deceptive. Your emotions are deceptive. How you feel is valid. You are responsible. I can't tell you how you should feel about a situation. How you react is your responsibility. It's not mine. I've had situations of, well, if he had not said this, that, and the third, then I wouldn't have done this, that. No. You are projecting. That's what you're doing. You are taking that accountability and putting it on that person, that they made you act the way you act, which tells me that you don't have self-control. You never really know what dysfunction looks like until you come out of a dysfunctional situation. That's for someone who just chimed in. I don't know who you are. You never recognize what dysfunction looks like until you come out of one. I just pinned something. Miriam, that right there just pack up something. Your calling are not... Our callings are not our children's callings or gift. I know some of you will be probably thinking, maybe I went to school for communications or for public speaking or for something. No. In Nigeria, I did industrial physics. I went to Ghana. I did IT. It didn't finish too in Nigeria. Then now I came to United States, and I did my basics, got my basics out of the way, history, that. And I have an associate in, what's it called now? Multidisciplinary studies. You would think I went to school for communications. No, I didn't. We have to know exactly what God has called us to do. Our callings are not our children's callings. Our callings are not our children's callings. He signed in, and I just told him to wait there. Yeah.
Budget don't come, just give him a call.
Exactly. Yeah, I was just thinking about it. Yeah. Oh, okay. What's up, man? All right, guys, are we here? Parents, stop comparing your kids. Please, stop comparing your kids. Stop comparing your kids. You are limiting them from their authenticity when you do that. Stop comparing your kids. They are gifted differently. I told you guys already. True story. At some point, I had hatred for my brother because there was this consistent comparison. And so God had to sit me down and start telling me, Francis, if you can do what your brother can do and your brother can do what you can do, one of you becomes irrelevant. If you can do what I can do and I can do what you can do, one of us become irrelevant. This is the reason why I get really skeptical when I see two people in ministry almost having the same office. I'm called into the prophetic. You too, you are called into the prophetic. I don't know about that, Jack. I don't know about that. Because let me tell you this. At some point, if one of you is not secured in their calling, they will begin to see this competition slightly. It usually starts like it's nothing. Slight comparison. Oh, I know Papa can preach, but when Mama preaches, oh my God, the whole roof is on fire. Now Papa is feeling some type of way if he's not secured in his calling. The woman was not given to Adam to be a competitor. She was given to Adam to be a helpmate. So for those of you who are trying to figure out why Moses Bliss did not marry somebody who is capacity, it's not about that one. Why Theophilus Sunday married a realtor so they'll be selling house together? No, that's not it. You have to understand balance. There's no problem when God is calling both of you, but see, you guys have to understand this. God never gives us perfect people. He gives us willing people.
Francis, just stand by. I'm working on something.
That's a copy. I just told him to sign in. He's waiting for you in the resource center. God never gives us perfect people. He gives us willing people. How I know that that person is God sent is when they are willing. When someone approaches you, and this is for the women, this is for the ladies in the house, women of God, listen to me. When a man of God approach you, and you can tell that he's interested in you and he's trying to find out what's going on. Are you available? Are you emotionally available? And questions like that. You want to make sure that that man knows his assignment, and you yourself want to make sure that you know your assignment and you are working in your assignment. Newsflash, guys, if you haven't found out what God has called you to do, please don't go into a relationship. If you haven't found out what God has called you to do here on earth, I'm not talking about career, I'm talking about purpose. Purpose and career are two different entities. When the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. What's my assignment? My assignment always shows up as a problem. And for some reason, people around me don't usually see it as a problem. I am mostly irritated by my assignment because it's a problem and I have the answer. That's how you figure out assignments. Some of you are called into the judiciary sector. Some of you are called into the world sector. Some of you are called into educational sector. Some of you are called into the medical field. Your bedside manners as a nurse literally heal the sick, and you don't know it yet. Your bedside manners, you that is into nursing right now, your bedside manners, you. For some reason, you know how to empathize with people. There is something about your voice. It's so soothing. And when you speak to people, they just feel this certain calmness and peace. We have to understand these things. It's not far-fetched to understand your assignment. Your assignment always shows up as a problem, and you always have the answer to that problem. The issue is you are more concerned about how people perceive the assignment in your life. You are more concerned about how people perceive it because it's not doctor, medical field, the medical, IT, cloud engineer, import and export, all these entitled, all these things that we carry on our head, real estate management and this and that. I want to be able to make your hair and you start speaking in tongues. Guys, it's bigger than us. I want to be able, you should be able to walk to my salon. You should be able to walk into my salon, and instead of gossiping about men and shit and this and that, you should be speaking in tongues. And your mind, guys, it is bigger than you. I should be able to detail your car as a car detailer, and you're not even concerned about me detailing the car. You're more concerned about the conversations. When I was doing Uber driving full-time here in Houston, Texas, I was having people cry in the back seat like it was a therapy session. As a matter of fact, there was this day, I only had a 6 minutes drive with someone. I was taking them to their destination, 6 minutes. And this guy looked at me, he said, man, Francis, I don't know what you got going on, but you might want to turn this into a business. Driving people and counseling them, because there is something about you. There is something about you. There is something about you. I've had people cry in the back seat several times. It always starts with a question, how's your day going? And that's it. It's like I just opened the tap. I just opened the tap. How's your day going? Tap is opened. And they're just saying everything. Life has been hard, this, that. Sometimes is the music I'm playing through the radio. And it just starts up their day. It starts up their day. Let your life. For those of you who say you are feeling the move to Houston, when it's God giving you that instruction, He will provide the resources needed. He will provide the resources needed. Don't panic. I'm about to log off and then come back in. Okay?